Welcome back to my channel, Famous and Fabulous. Ian Roussel is more than just a car customizer, constructor. He's a real artist going crazy. Concepts into stunning works of art with nothing except expertise and resolve. If he is breathing revitalized trash from the junkyard or creating unique works of art, his efforts have made him a global legend of personalized automobiles. Additionally, with complete custom and, he's given fans that enchantment all over. However, behind the thunderous engines, and there's a side to Ian's shiny chromatail that is unknown to most people. A tragic event that altered everything. What became to the man who appeared invincible? Furthermore, how did this traumatic event change his life and profession? Stay tuned as we reveal the catastrophe that shook the entire custom legend of the garage. Now, if you're interested in bespoke vehicles, you are probably aware of the Ian Rousell is his name. He is among the largest names in the game, resulting in personalized rides that people are eager to experience their hands. His abilities didn't only put him on the map. They gave him his own full custom garage, a television program where viewers may observe him introducing wildcar concepts to life for his customers. Born in November, Ian grew up in Sunland on the 19th of 1970, California, a serene countryside region in California's south. He was the lone child of the Rousells. Additionally, if he could rely on one thing, it was being near automobiles. His father was a complete gearhead, constantly tinkering with machinery and engines. Additionally, that type of energy was transferred to Ian. Investing time with his father entailed being under the hood. Eventually, Ian wasn't only having a fascination with automobiles. He was fixated. He was curious as to how everything went smoothly, how to proceed disassemble them, reassemble them, and most importantly, how to improve them. That passion for doing manual labor began early and was completed quickly. For him to have a dream about constructing something genuinely unique, his personal touch rides. He wasn't very interested in school, however, his parents never interfered with his enthusiasm. They witnessed his affection, automobiles, and give it to him. His initial actual build that took place while he was only 14. Grandma owned an old Volkswagen gathering dust while sitting outside, and she informed him that if he could have it, start it up. That was the only thing, that inspiration he required. However, automobiles weren't Ian's exclusive interest at the time. He also had a strong commitment to exercise, putting in hours at the gym and taking part in team sports such as baseball and football. While he refined his skills at West Valley High School athletic prowess and earned a degree in 1989. But by that time, his journey had already evident. He was fully aware of where he was on her way. Following high school graduation, Ian Roussel in Southern California decided not to attend college. He leaped directly into reality, prepared to construct automobiles as he sees fit. He wasn't about occupying classroom seats while he might be working outside with his forming metal using hands and delivering unique rides to life. He began his work in the late 80s, doing some among the most well-known figures in the field, Jesse, Chip Foose, and Boyd, Codington James. He wasn't merely clocking in though, and out of stores owned by others. He was constructing his own automobiles on the side, bringing them to important auto events such as the LA Grand National Roadster Show SEMA and Roadster Show, demonstrating that his work is on par with the best. He was prepared to do his own by 1992, something. With a little assistance from family and buddies, he unlocked his own personalized vehicle, Southern California Garage. Just 22 years old, he was already becoming well known for himself, creating unique rides as well as experimenting with carports. The more projects he undertook, the more individuals began to observe his extreme degree of ability. Next, things truly began to change in 2005. Heck created a car show, Rat Rod Vegas documentary, and that instance exposed him to a wider audience. His reputation continued to increase, and eventually, he was being called upon for custom constructs that no one else could accomplish. His capacity to take an outdated, dilapidated vehicle and transform it into something entirely else, new, was unparalleled. A Caddis report even placed him in the top 10 cars builders across the nation. However, Ian's talent wasn't confined to the garage, it was broadcast on television. Remarkably, he was never intended to appear on screen. In 2003, he was requested to produce a DVD that showcased his physique. That straightforward inquiry started a series of actions that resulted in full garage custom. First, a fully customized garage appeared on cinemas on March 28, 2014, and has been favored by automobile lovers ever since. The program tracks Ian how he uses a client's idea and transforms it into a completely personalized vehicle, guiding the audience through each stage of the procedure. The program airs on AVTV, a channel devoted to bespoke builds and motorsports. Complete California is home to Custom Garage, at the very center of Los Angeles. And LA is more than just a setting. It's a large segment of the narrative. Because of its automobile culture, scene for amusement, and boundless vitality, it's the ideal location for complete bespoke garage to prosper. Additionally, it's a city that has some knowledge of being in front of the camera. From La La Land to The Big Bang Theory, Friends, and some of the most famous movies are clueless. Several television programs have been filmed in the same city in which Ian is delivering custom masterpieces. Since Complete Custom Motor Trend TV's Garage hit has had, people were captivated. The combination of inventiveness, craftsmanship, and innovative concepts make it stand out in the world of custom cars. Ian Roussel does more than just repair vintage vehicles. He's transforming common cars into art pieces that roll. Each and every project exceeds the capabilities of an automobile. Additionally, it feels like entering the thoughts of someone who's a whole different perspective on vehicles. The show explores Ian's creative procedure, from the initial concept to that shocking conclusion. Among his greatest qualities are that he doesn't simply draw out designs. He observes them in his head completely, developed, and then inexplicably makes them come to life. The program provides a view his 3D models and doodles, demonstrating the precise progression of a thought from idea to a completely working original construction. However, it's not only about giving things a nice appearance. Ian is aware, engineering, from the ground up, being aware of each bolt, nut, and components used in every ride. Has the capacity to strike a balance between function and designs. What gives his cars their exceptional quality? At Full Custom Garage's core component is solving issues. No two projects are alike. Same, and Ian frequently encounters difficulties, locating uncommon parts, solving complex mechanical problems, or creating novel metal shaping techniques. But it's exciting because of that. Observing him adapt and think quickly plans, and develop innovative, it's not just entertaining to see solutions, it's motivational for anyone who enjoys automobiles or simply appreciates watching a master at work. And he isn't working alone. Ian has a strong team of artisans, fabricators, and engineers that contribute their own expertise to the table. That collaboration is a huge segment of the program. Fake drama doesn't exist. Simply a team of gifted individuals pushing each other to do something amazing. When you observe them exchanging thoughts, experiment with different methods, and create something, it's evident that no one has ever seen because innovation flourishes in such surroundings. However, what actually provides their real heart are the backstories of vehicles. Many of these builds are not simply about creating a visually striking piece. They mean something that means something to their owners. Some have lived with their families. For some are fantasy automobiles, while others represent generations coming to life at last. When the reveal occurs, the sheer excitement is evident. It strikes a different chord on a client's face. It demonstrates that manufacturing custom cars is more than simply machines. It concerns emotions, recollections, and dreams that come true becoming actuality. Every episode begins Ian outlining the concept, dissecting the client's idea, and describing what's going to happen. For example, a personalized hot rod, a futuristic vehicle, or a completely distinctive motorbike. He tackles each construct with the same vigor and commitment. The show walks from there. During each stage of the procedure, arranging, calculating, cutting and joining, providing an authentic behind-the-scenes glimpse at what is required to make these designs life. The equipment and technology they employ are equally remarkable. 3D and CNC machining printing, sophisticated metalworking, you give it a name. Ian is constantly searching for new methods to advance the craft, combining traditional methods with modern methods. The program emphasizes that inventiveness, demonstrating that this is more than a man playing around in a garage. This is an advanced custom dot fabrication. Each episode centers on A1 build, displaying the peaks, the lows, as well as all points in between. That narratives maintain interest while also providing a more thorough examination of the absurdly high level of detail that goes into these personalized vehicles. Ian has addressed every various crazy projects, automobiles influenced by spacecraft, a bubble with a rat rod truck best ride from a science fiction film, a hot rod that looks comical, and even a vintage surf wagon. Every single one is completely distinct, and admirers are enamored. Among the greatest full custom garage episodes is when Ian and Shannon AO joined forces to construct a unique motorbike. This was more than merely strength. It was merging art, pure art. In a sense, engineering with creativity that added something to the finished structure. Unique. The entire project was flawless. An illustration of what sets Ian's work apart too. He does more than just manufacture motorcycles and cars. He contributes a variety of abilities and concepts together to produce something entirely distinct. Ian is most effective when he's deep within a construction. Getting his hands filthy and determining how to introduce innovative concepts to existence. That's just what complete custom. The garage is where it all begins, taking automobiles and transforming them into art in motion. Each endeavor challenges his abilities in unique ways. Methods, and each episode introduces a new challenge his approach. Consider the Space Junkie 2.0, for instance. It's all metal. In Season 3, the masterpiece came to life, back in 2016, and it subsequently struck the round of auctions at the 2020 Barrett Phoenix, Arizona's Jackson auction. Motivated by the iconic bubbles of the 1960 stop automobiles, this one appears to belongs in a science fiction film. It has these little wheels-up bicycles, enormous dragster wheels up front in their R-wood, with an engine positioned directly outside of exposing it to this unadulterated aggression. It resembles the visage of the predator, not wearing its mask. Then, there is that enormous fin on the bubble's surface, which just contributes to the overall out-of-this-world feeling. Despite the fact that it is illegal to drive when traveling, Space Junkie 2.0 is a completely machine that works. Beyond all of that, an 8-cylinder, 350c crazy design connected to a 3-speed automatic transfer. Officially, they never published the horsepower figures. However, let's face it, this was not constructed for pragmatic reasons. It was designed to turn heads. It appears to be a car from a different world, something more appropriate for moving across Mars' surface than speeding along a freeway. With its futuristic, nearly unearthly style, Elon Musk is simply imaginable. Coming. In a device such as this, if he's anybody founded a colony on the Red Planet. Instead of sprinting on traditional gasoline, it could even showcase a cutting-edge electric system of propulsion. Over and above complete custom, Ian hardly ever slows down. In the garage between seasons, he is always developing new initiatives, and among his most ambitious efforts is a 1968 Volkswagen that he started in June 2023. Supporters have adhered to the change in detail, observing as Het transforms a typical automobile into something really remarkable. Ian believes that the more bizarre the design, the better. His specialty is automobiles that seek attention, regardless of whether it's a hot rod from the future, an experimental motorbike, or a completely different idea never before seen. His creations might not satisfy everyone's preferences, but his handiwork is indisputable. With technical expertise, creativity, and metal knowledge, he builds devices that make an impact that lasts. In contrast to many TV personalities that depend on Roussel's attention is still on his craft. He is not motivated by tricks or fabricated drama. Rather, his work speaks for itself. Courageous, creative, and a demonstration of unadulterated automotive creativity. The amusing thing is that Ian isn't even fixated using automobiles like most builders do. For he doesn't care about horsepower or the name of the brand. It concerns the craft of metalworking and bringing his wild concepts to life. His focus is on the vehicle sculpting, the manner in which a design fluxes, and his ability to transform a mound of components into what appears to Berold like something from a dream. Additionally, once, he lets them go after finishing. In contrast to other builders that consistently produce their greatest work, Ian doesn't keep his inventions. He constructs, completes, and then sending them out into the world. A few of his automobiles have even been transported abroad to locations, such as Germany, Japan, and the Netherlands. They are placed in a box in Long Beach and distributed to purchasers who have observed his efforts on the complete custom garage and simply one of his builds was necessary. That's of the main explanations on why Full Custom Garage has a very devoted after. It seems genuine. Many these days, reality programs are replete with fabricated debates and stage theatrics, but that isn't the topic of Ian's show. It concerns the actual automobile manufacturing process, the fluctuations, the resolution of issues, and the commitment required to bring these machinery to life. You may observe how much Ian enjoys his work in each episode, and people continue to do so because of its honesty. Returning. Over time, Complete Custom Garage has showcased a wide variety of constructs, each with a unique narrative and setting many difficulties. From vintage muscle vehicles, when it comes to future concept cars, Ian has continuously proved that his work surpasses conventional auto manufacturing. It's an artistic endeavor. Instead of merely fixing automobiles, he imagines and expands the possibilities of the automotive design. Each episode has the feel of a festivity, of originality and skill, providing viewers an up-close look at Ian's The Process of Creation. However, it's not only regarding amusement. The program has motivated an entirely new generation of builders of custom cars. Ian is constantly joyful to impart his expertise, which has resulted in more than just a TV in a fully customized garage display. It is now a place of learning for those that wish to purchase a customized vehicle constructing themselves. The program doesn't just flaunt your awesome automobiles. It imparts practical abilities through thorough demonstrations of welding and manufacturing methods techniques, as well as creative problem solving. Ian gives viewers useful perspectives on the custom vehicle industry construction. Beyond his technical knowledge, he has additionally guided innumerable fans, encouraging them to follow their own imaginative automotive initiatives. Ian's Complete Custom Garages increased his influence in many ways. In 2018, 2 of his lead sleds and custom cars, additional shows, began using Amazon Prime Video for streaming. Then he started his own in early 2023. Full Custom Ian is the YouTube channel. There, he provides followers with an intimate glimpse into his everyday lives, personalizing automobiles and repairing undertakings, and simply engaging in his passions. Ian currently operates his own company, Custom Fabrication by Roussel. He hashes, store in California's Sun Valley, where he performs all of his tasks from the complete car repairs to unique constructions. His spouse, although she largely avoids the general population, is a major component of managing the company and maintaining going behind the scenes. Ian is also the owner of all of his endeavors and sells his merchandise, such as caps, stickers, t-shirts, and DVDs. He gives information on his website, videos, images, and updates of his most recent work. Regarding his accomplishments, well, Ian's net worth in 2022 and 2023 was calculated to be between $1 and between $3 million and $1 million contingent on where you look. In between his custom building, his television program, and his expanding online, he's established a strong career pursuing his passions. Observing Ian Roussel doesn't appear to be slowing down in the bespoke vehicle industry construction. Renowned for his audacious inventiveness and readiness to test limits, he keeps changing ambitious ideas into actuality. His dedication to innovation guarantees that his work will continue to as revolutionary as ever. Whether you're a devoted auto enthusiast or simply someone who values superior workmanship, Ian's tale is valuable after. His commitment to his art, his capacity to accept the impossibly difficult and make it happen. It's the type of fervor that is truly inspiring.